Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is a pretty big day, and as you might imagine, I'm joined by some pretty big people as well. Let me give you a little rundown of what's going on today. This is the first of three finals days. Yes, we are here. It's the finals of season two, which I can't believe. I feel like this season has just flown by. It is a Challenger 2v2. Three threes will be next week, and then we've got 2 more days of some pretty high level 2v2s. They get better and better each day as we go through Friday, Saturday, and of course Sunday. Tonight, like I said though, it is some pretty high level matchups. Some teams that I've been following all season long. Really, I've casted. I'll give you a little personal note here. I've casted at least half of the winning for Dakota matches, and Sporty, who we got to be casting this, I think casted the other half of those matches. So that's enough for me to start out with. I want to ask my two co-hosts here what they think. Nate Frog, I'll start with you. Just kind of an overview. Who do you think is going to win, and can you give me a compelling reason as to why?
Honestly, looking at the stats, it's going to be, well, let me tell you, it's going to be winning for Dakota. They're definitely going to win this first matchup. Define went 2-6 during the regular season. Winning for Dakota went 7-1. I think Eternal, Vector, Boltini, and Mashed Potatoes, I think they definitely clutched up here. Although I do love Define boys, Slep and Flipper, but I don't know honestly how they made it through the wild card. If I'm being honest, they clutched up, so maybe they can clutch up here. But I'm going for winning for Dakota for this one.
I mean, that's a pretty safe prediction. Drew, I'll
Yeah.
ask you the same question. Hello,
All
Drew.
right, I think Drew's mic is having a little difficulties here, but I think he did say that he was gonna go with Define for that one.
If I may, until Drew is
Hello?
with us again,
Alright,
if I
this
may
mic
speak. Oh,
oh, hello? Yeah, I'm here. This
all
mic is a
right.
fraud. I was saying that I'm voting for Team Define Academy. 2-6 doesn't mean anything. Slep and Flipper, they're here to play. They're here to ball out. You know, the underdog story, it's gonna come true. I was the first seed last season in Challenger 2s, and I got second place. I don't want to talk about it. Um, winning for Dakota, they're gonna get eliminated first round by Team Define Academy.
That is a wild prediction. Now, I will say the two of you weren't there in some of the matches that I saw. I guess Nate Frog, you're on board with me. Winning for Dakota is just a brutal team. I mean, even the sub Masha Potatoes, who, by the way, I want to give you a quick anecdote. I was calling her Masha Potatoes all season long, and at one point, I'm in a VC with Sporty, and he kind of pulls me aside. He's like, you've been saying her name wrong the whole season. She never corrected me. She was watching the streams, but so I'm gonna call her Masha just as a kind of you know just do. You're not gonna correct me. I won't correct myself. But the whole team, Vector and Boltini, I will tell you from personal, just watching them, unbelievably talented. And of course, when you have a third that can come in and you're like, how is this person a sub? They're just as good as the main roster. It's a dangerous team. It's a tough team to beat. And I think they only dropped the one all season long. So it'll be a tough one. But hey, I want to believe in Drew's prediction. I want to say the underdog story is possible. But I mean, do either of you have any other kind of info or any kind of anecdotes you want to throw into this one in terms of why you think a certain way or why you think another way?
Well, I'll just I'll take over here, I guess. So the only loss winning for Dakota had was to I believe Latin 7 Infinity, I think, and they went 6-2 on the regular season, but they forfeited in the playoffs, I think, uh, based off of what I have written down here. And if you lose to another top tier team, that just means you're a top tier team. I mean, could be a coin flip. Um, but honestly, I do not see Define doing this. I love Flipper and Slep, but honestly, I believe it's Boltini and Eternal Vector playing tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're gonna have this in the bag, honestly.
I mean, I agree with everything you just said to the point where I don't even have anything more to say on that topic. But I will say, Drew, if you have anything else, any other kind of other than just a distant hope that you have that Define might come away with this one, do you have any statistical logical reasoning other than you just love to see the Cinderella story?
Well, it's not a hope. I know it's gonna come true. I know it's gonna happen. Um, let's see who Bottini and Voltini, Masha, and Eternal Vector, they're gonna fraud out today. They're not gonna score a single goal. Mark my words.
Oh,
Wow.
Zero
jeez.
complete shutout sweep. Team Define Academy is gonna completely dominate the field today.
That is unbelievable. I mean, the confidence you said that with as well makes me kind of want to believe you. But holy, what a wild prediction! Again, I do want to make a little bit of an announcement while we're kind of just chatting away here at who, what, and why. Season 3 Skyward Series signups are open right now. This is the end of Season 2. I mean, no more Season 2 after this. We're moving right on to Season 3. Sign up while you still can. Those are open. Get your name in there. I know. I this is kind of a different topic, but I want to mention this at least once. I am so sad. A certain team that I really wish would have been in this finals today for the Challenger League didn't make it. They missed it. I think the second wild card they lost out to Striker Valhalla. I think. No boost Chargers. I want to give you guys a big shout out. I was watching you guys all season long. Really proud of you guys for making it as far as you did. But hey, you can't be here, so I would have to say Striker Valhalla might be my favorite, considering they're the ones that beat them. I want a prediction from the both of you as well. We'll end on this. Who's winning the whole thing? The whole day, I would love to say just logically winning for Dakota, but I have to go for Striker Valhalla just because they knocked out my favorite team. Striker Valhalla, you've got my vote. Nate Frog, who's got your vote?
I mean, winning the whole thing, if Define win here, I mean, they got to take it all for the story. But honestly, statistically, I'm gonna be going for winning for Dakota on this one. Swordfish, I believe they're also going to be playing over on the B stream. They went 7-1 during the regular season as well. They're going to be facing the Melons. They went 4-4 and they qualified through the wild card. So honestly, I think it might be. Like I said, winning for Dakota. I think I'm gonna have to go that. What about you, Drew?
Honestly, if Define do lose here, which is not going to happen, if Define do lose here today, I do think winning for Dakota is going to take it. But obviously, that's not going to happen. Team Define is going to win. So I think FFE Melons is going to win the entire thing. And they, as well, will drop. They're going to drop one game in the entire playoffs. One game. FFE
A
Melons.
very specific prediction, but hey, we've got the predictions from the experts over here to one of my sides. I don't know which one, but we are going to be throwing over to the casting booth very shortly. I think like right now, right? Well, I'll see you guys later.
I guess we're on.
Yeah, we're on. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the quarterfinals, Taquito. It's me and you here with a best of 7. Reminder, we got 3 matches tonight. We're starting with the quarterfinals. We'll move to the semifinals, and we'll end with crowning our first of what will be 6 champions for the Season 2 finale. I'm Sporty FC. Joining me is a feisty Taquito. Taquito, it's a great night for Rocket League action.
It is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful night, guys. Now let me give you something here before we get this match started, okay? Coming in to this, we obviously know that Team Define Academy is the 8th seed, taking on, obviously, the 1st seed, winning for Dakota. What does that entail? So we've got our 2 team members who will be playing for Define Academy. That's Al Advil, a.k.a. Flipper Bongo, and also the one, the only, the GOAT, Slepless. They have a rating together of 1.003 and 0.884 as a team. Now, their opponents, Roltini and Vector. Boltini, she's rocking a great stat, 1.278. Vector rocking that 1.214. For those of you who don't watch a lot of RLCS or don't really keep up with stats like that, their opponents are pretty good. The opponents are extremely tough to beat here on the side of winning for Dakota. They've got a major stat difference here. We're looking at 2.17 goals per game for Boltini. We're looking at 2.38 goals for Eternal Vector. What a statistic. On the opposite side, they got 1.5 for Flipper, Al Advil, or 1.6 for Slep. They are almost going to get outscored by literally one entire goal. And it seems here we're hitting the pitch to find out exactly who takes this in game number 1 of the first round of the Skyward Series playoffs. My boy, Sporty, let us know.
Eternal Vector 7 seconds in. Or he may have lost the race to the MVP to his own teammates on the field. It's a quick start for Eternal Vector, winning for Dakota, off to the races. And yes, I did mention that correctly. We have an MVP in this lobby. Boltini Rome, again with that high rating of a 1.27. That is MVP caliber. She's played for most of the season. She's kept that rating for the entirety of it. And I just winning for Dakota it's a weird team because it's two players who are both fighting against the other team to get that number 1 spot. We're also fighting against each other for the MVP award. Obviously, Boltini will end off having the regular season MVP. But again, that does nothing to discredit Eternal Vector. Had Boltini not played in this season, I have a feeling Vector would have gotten the MVP instead.
Absolutely. And according to these stats, it looks like winning for Dakota is not going to let up even in the slightest. We have passed 37 seconds, not even a full minute here in game number 1. Defiant Academy cannot seem to get the ball out of their half. And as they said on the desk, Drew specifically said they weren't scoring. Well, Sporty, they've scored twice.
Yeah, they've scored a lot. I don't know why Drew made that comment, because if we just look at the shooting stats here, average goals per game for winning for Dakota, Vector's got 2.38, and Boltini's got 2.17. The next highest on the vine is Al Advil at 1.58. So don't know why he made that prediction. That's a pretty bold prediction for him here. And I think for Drew, he's going to be happy to eat his words after this matchup, because right now things aren't looking very good, as it actually looks like he may have just forgot which team was which, because right now Defiant Academy looks like the team that's not scoring.
They aren't scoring at all, but they are getting some good looks. Like we can't, say too much. Hang on. The ball just sneaks itself underneath the crossbar and out. Vector is going to say, well, thank you. Thank you so much for the freebie. We've already scored 2, but we'll take a third.
Yeah, that's Vector's hat trick. 3 goals for him. Incredible starts for winning for Dakota. But as good as you can ask, and especially when you come into the playoffs, it's really easy to get nervous. Especially when you're like winning for Dakota, where you didn't have to go through the wild card as the Defiant Academy did. Defiant Academy, again, they mentioned it. They ended their season 2-6. That is literally the 3rd worst team in this grouping. The 3rd worst team out of the whole season. They were able to just barely get into the wild card, and then in those wild cards, they had to take down in the rough a team that ended off their season as a extremely high-seeded team. So again, they had a really tough go at it, but they were able to get through. They were able to make it, and now they're in the finals. But well, they first have to match up against the best team in the league, and we're starting to see that yes, there is a good amount of skill difference between these players.
I wouldn't say so much as skill difference. I think it's pace. I don't really think they're outskilled. Look, we got slept starting us off on Defiant Academy, taking 1. So we're 13 seconds away from halftime. They've got 1. It's 2v2s. They've got plenty of time to at least close the gap here, bare minimum, if they can at least start playing and connecting on these passes. But they've got to pick it up. Definitely right now, winning for Dakota is 100% the faster team.
They're the faster team. They're this team that's bringing in more skill. And although that last goal was them overcommitting, they don't look all too nervous at this point. Their playstyle doesn't show that they're nervous, especially not Vector. He's looked very calm. I mean, he has been in a lot of different playoffs in a lot of different leagues. He was once on Knights of Chaos, which are a team that made it. He was on Strikers Chaos Emerald, who made it to the playoffs last season in 3v3s. This guy knows the playoffs. He knows what the playoffs are like, and he knows how to play in the playoffs. And this season could be his best season yet to win that championship. But to do it, again, he just can't let the nerves get to him as Flipper. That one's going to be weak. Boltini Rome will get the block there, and that will go to the corner. Winning for Dakota, lead by 2 as Vector down the field. The scariest player right now. That one saved by Flipper, and it will be kept wide. Boltini Rome off the corner. Slepless missed. Flipper's going to have this one instead. But a lot of what Defiant Academy is doing is just sending that ball down the field and hoping a mistake will come. And you just can't play that way in the championships. There's so many good teams here that mistakes just aren't going to happen all that often.
Ooh, that pass could have been made right there. Nice open net shot, but Flipper able to collect on that one. Oh, Slep, you got to get a little bit of a better touch. Both of them scrambling here in the orange. They're trying to get the ball to move forward, but They just can't seem to get that booming clear they're looking for. There's a great possession play, but Boltini acting quickly to take it away from Flipper. Vector over one, looking for two. Oh my, what a save from Flipper. It's 1:10 on the clock, and they still can fight their way downfield, but they have got to get closer together. A demo could open up a lane, but it's saved away from Boltini. 60 seconds left. The double commit is not going to get you anything here, guys. Boltini taking this off the back wall. Do they turn? No, it dissipates. Sporty, the offense has completely gone away, and it's turned into a transition. Boltini increasing the lead by 3.
And you can't give Boltini around space. If there's one thing that you need to learn when you play Winning for Dakota, you don't give any of these players time to dribble. They're both extremely solid players when it comes to that ground game. The aerial game, that's a little weaker. That's what you want to beat these teams on. But Winning for Dakota, the thing that made them so incredibly scary this season is the fact that both of them are just extremely solid ground-based players. You're going to see a lot of dribbles, a lot of flicks, a lot of 1v2 plays, and you're going to see them score off of them the more they get. Boltini around in front, Vector, dribble in front, trying to get that flick past Slepless, and again, you can just see Winning for Dakota, well, they aren't really pushing up too high. They're not playing as aggressively as maybe you expect them to. They don't have to here against Defiant Academy. Defiant Academy needs to push up to them, and they do so there, but it won't work in their favor. Eternal Vector with his 4th, and that should seal the deal for game 1.
In these last 22 seconds, you only need to be thinking about the mistakes that you could fix on the side of Defiant Academy. I think the biggest thing right now is that they need to play together. They need to stop spreading out, giving each other too much space. They need to connect with a little bit more pass, maybe a little bit more possession. But when you're throwing it away just like that, look at Vector trying to keep it close to home. They get a nice catch. They get a flick, and it's just on target and in. Look what happens, Sporty. Look what happens. Possession plays will net you so much positivity, and they've done wonders for Winning for Dakota here in game number 1.
AP award in the regular season. He's fighting for it here in the championship. 5 goals and 11 shots. This guy cannot stop scoring here. And that will end game 1. Winning for Dakota will start the series off in their favor. Eternal Vector obviously not feeling the pressure here as that ball will finally hit the ground. And as you said again, Team Defiant Academy, a lot of throwaway pressure here in this first match. And that's what worries me about this team. When they're throwing the ball downfield that much, you're going to give Winning for Dakota time. Exactly what they need. They want that time. They want that pressure, and they want to be able to dribble the ball. If you give them that opportunity, they'll take it. And Winning for Dakota, and more specifically, Eternal Vector, has taken it here.
And I mean, guys, just look at the stat screen. Please just look at that beautiful stat screen, sponsored here by LNDR. Amazing. But ball possession, 59%, field domination, 64%, boost consumption. Defiant Academy had to consume more boost literally to keep up with Winning for Dakota, who was doing it properly. They were using their boost smart. They weren't overusing it. And of course, by the score, you can literally tell by the shots, the goals, the save. I mean, well, the saves, there's one more. You know what I mean? There's one more save on the side of Defiant Academy, but it just, everything's here for us to see. Winning for Dakota absolutely dominated game number 1. Game number 2 might be a different story. We may be able to see them put something together, but if Defiant Academy is going to put anything together in this game number 2, it's going to absolutely have to be playing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, and something that I think that a lot of teams don't really know is that Winning for Dakota is a team that can be susceptible to demos, especially when you have it on the back line. Demos are not uncommon; they definitely can happen. But right now for Defiant Academy, it's just about getting ball possession and holding it. Winning for Dakota have just done it better, a lot better. There's no contest in game 1. Let's be real honest here. Defiant Academy, and if they want wins, they're going to need to prove soon that they can at least keep up with this team. Because right now, every challenge Winning for Dakota is going their way. Slepless back with boost. Boltini Rome with the quick turnaround, but she's missed it. And Flipper's gotten bumped. Slepless will just send it out. Another booming clear from Slepless. The ball will be just thrown away here. No chance for Defiant Academy. Flipper misses the chance there as well. Winning for Dakota was giving them space. Defiant Academy, I don't think they realized that. And instead of taking that time, sort of dribble the ball out, instead it'll be just sent the other way here. Flipper off his back wall. Trying to get that touch in front. Boltini Rome. Quick shot there. Slepless will block. Internal Vector going to keep the offense. You're going to see a pretty strong midfield presence here from Winning for Dakota. It's Vector. Dribble. Wants to get past both. Flipper has the stop on the goal line. No goals yet. Flipper gets around one. A lot of dive-in challenges here from Winning for Dakota. It's a lot of flips. A lot of overcommits on offense, but they've only sent one player in at a time. And the pressure isn't there as Flipper. Oh, Boltini! Panic on net! And Boltini's missed it! Define Academy gifted with the first goal of the game! Boltini Rome panicked! And that will be goal 1.
I was watching it happen, and I just wanted to tell Boltini not to jump right there. They had time, but unfortunate first goal given up here. Define Academy on the board, taking the lead, and look at the gusto they start with. That's off kickoff. Wonderful cheat from Slep right there to push it forward. Bunch of bumps, and Flipper just has a free one underneath the crossbar. And there is that aggression that Sporty FC was talking to y'all about. They are susceptible when aggression starts on the field to kind of crumbling. The defense cracking a little bit. We are seeing flashes of game number 1, but it's been mirrored.
And yeah, the defense of Winning for Dakota, they're starting to get very nervous, and I can tell that there. Boltini Rome, you saw in that panic play. Usually, again, she's a pretty calm player, but not in a matchup like this. Not when there's this much pressure on. She is susceptible. As I've said, they're susceptible to breaking under that pressure. Define Academy need to really bring that pressure. And again, specifically, if I was anybody to target, it would be Boltini Rome. I think she can fall under that kind of pressure very quickly. But I mean, we saw the last goal that Vector himself has had those issues, as he went in for a challenge in the corner, and he bumped his own defender out of the play. Winning for Dakota, starting off pretty poorly, and the offense isn't there, and overcommits. That's going to be goal 3. Winning for Dakota pushed up, but they're pushing up too far. They're starting to try to force this play against Define Academy and Taquito. We're seeing a complete transition here from game 1 to game 2.
Like I said, we're seeing what happened in game 1, but it's mirrored on the opposite side. Define Academy is now up by 3, and Winning for Dakota can't seem to find a goal or their bearings here in game number 2. But that's a great shot from Slepless off the kickoff. Might have been a little bit of an overcommit. We've got Vector who loses possession. Unfortunate right there. As Boltini has to play this back, but they're shooting on their own net. What?
That's a back
Boltini. Yeah, well, I know it was a back pass, but like Boltini, the goal, the other goal, not your own goal.
Well, Boltini still has it. Dribble. Chunked by Slep. And Internal Vector. Again, an overcommit here, and that's going to be countered. Although a great block from Vector down the field. Boltini Rome. Not faster than Slepless. The Challenger MVP only at 90 points this game so far. We're more than halfway through. Boltini Rome has struggled to really make strong, meaningful plays on this team. It's a lot of Internal Vector. And starting to see that kind of one-dimensional type of offense is just not working. As Slepless staying back. Internal Vector. One touch off the side wall. He's already given up, but Slepless is missed. This will be chance for Boltini. Beats Flipper. Shot on, and that will go in. Boltini Rome will put one back. Define Academy, we're given so much room. And yet, Slepless's whiff will lead to a challenge win from Boltini Rome.
What in the world just happened? Like, what in the world did we just see? That was unbelievable, in my opinion. Why did we see a complete breakdown right there? Flipper looking for another. Gets a great. Whoa! Flipper! Where'd you find that?
He definitely didn't intend to do that. He definitely intended just to get a flip to that top left corner. But if it goes in, he'll take it. That's a very strange looking flip from Flipper. But hey, Define Academy getting scored on once. That's an immediate response. And the pressure is back on Winning for Dakota. The number 1 seed. Not looking like it this game. As again, the pressure is well and truly on. Boltini Rome. Back wall challenged by Flipper. Vector misses that one. But he's routine touch. He's got to go all the way back though. One whiff. And it's Define Academy on the ball. Flipper. Low boost. He won't get that challenge. And it will be sent away. Define Academy holding here as we're seeing so few chances for Winning for Dakota. A lot of these touches are just getting away from them. And with little time left, they have to start thinking about Game 3. About the fact this series very well will be turned in against them. They've got a lot to prove here. And specifically, I see a lot here from Boltini Rome. Last game, we didn't talk about it much because Eternal Vector was doing so much work. This game, you're starting to see that the MVP is, it's not looked great in this series, and I do see a lot of nerves here for winning for Dakota's Divine Academy of maybe just needed one game to acclimate themselves into this series, and now that they've had that game, things are looking very strong for them.
It just seems that maybe they got too excited from game one. That could be exactly what it was. Eternal Vector has to cut this. The shot is off from Slep. Nice challenge. Vector has an opportunity to bang downfield. Flipper is up, does get an excellent touch to the back wall, but there's two people way too close together right there. Eternal Vector and Boltini in the mid, kind of scrounging and just hungry for that play. And I don't think that as much confidence as you guys may have, that's exactly what you need to be going for in this moment. You know, you're down by 3 seconds counting down on the clock. The game is now over. Y'all were just trying so hard to get that second goal. I think broke down the game plan for these guys. So we are knotted up in the series 1-1 here. And as the analysis there is struggling, clearly. Barl has failed us. There we go. Barl is fixed. But for what it's worth, everybody, I still think winning for Dakota's got this. They got to shake off the second game scaries.
Well, you say that, and again, I do see it as being a nerves issue for this team. Well, a lot more defensive. They only had 6 shots this game. Reminder, last game, Vector had 11 shots. So I do see a lot of nerves for this team, especially when they got scored on first. You started to see winning for Dakota start to try to force things to work for them. And when you start doing that, that's usually a sign that you're not comfortable in your current game plan. And I do see for, Defiant Academy, they can kind of continue this confidence, they continue this kind of offensive push, and really, again, make winning for Dakota feel small, feel nervous. They have as much of a choice as anyone to take this series.
Agreed. 100% agreed, man. I think that what we're going to see here is we're going to see a big turnaround in game number 3. I think that for what it's worth, winning for Dakota is going to be able to really kind of fix those mistakes. They're really going to focus on what they did wrong. They may fall again to a little bit of aggression, but I think they're going to play it a lot better this next time around.
Do worry, though, for the amount of aggression that they are trying to go for, the amount of challenges that they're going for. It's a lot of plays that feel like they're trying to force things. That's a really good 50 Eternal Vector. Bar down and in front. He'll find the follow-up. 1 goal up for winning for Dakota. They've shaken off those scaries, as you call them, and they're putting one past the fine.
You got to do it, brother. You literally have to shake them off. Here we are, game number 3, and we have started on the opposite side again, winning for Dakota, taking the first point as they did in game number 1.
In front. That's a second goal. Boltini Rome will take it. 2 goals for winning for Dakota. That one right up looking off. And you can just look at this. The much more confident play style. I've got that first goal. They're not afraid to kind of see when the chances fall for them. And they're going to take them here. 2 goals on the point. It's a back and forth battle here, Taquito. And really, it feels like whoever scores first just has so much of an advantage in this game.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen that the team that does take the first point definitely takes the game. That was a great flick out of the corner. Vector with another, looking like it. Oh, what a save from Flipper. But now they've got a double commit. Both members up away from the net. And that is exactly what happens when you panic. Let's just say that every game, whoever scores first is going to go up by 3-0.
So far, that's been very true. And yeah, you said it. Divine Academy panics there. They didn't realize it, but there was no one that's going to challenge them in that position if they just took their time. And all they had to do was turn their camera off, see who was near them. They didn't. And that will be a goal against them as they went for a ball that was just too far out of reach. Winning for Dakota. And again, I talked about Boltini Rome needs to really show up in the series. Well, game 3, that's her second goal. So much offense.
I mean, what do you think is actually going to happen here? Like, what's the breakdown? Is there really a defensive method, or is it just strictly offense? Boltini with an amazing shot. Saved away, though. Back out to the mid. Slep trying to collect here. Send it forward. Flipper looking for one, but Boltini with a beautiful stretch puts it back towards the final third, and they're continuing to have this unrelenting offense that just doesn't seem to quit, Sporty.
Yeah, again, that confidence is here. The only issue they may have is if they overcommit. That is something that, well, Boltini actually did very well not to do in that corner. Now Flipper, that one is just high. Jumping is a Eternal Vector. He almost got beat by Slip. They will just fall in the midfield. Eternal Vector to the back wall. Boltini looking for the jump on that. So much confidence from Boltini Rome here. Going for that challenge. Up by 3. They're still not done. They want to really hammer it in here against the Fine Academy. That they are the better team. That they are the team that wants this. Fine Academy tried to do it last game. But obviously, as you can see, it's not slowing down. Winning for Dakota! Eternal Vector with his second. And the scoreline is 4-0.
Dude, they just don't quit. This team, when they get going on offense, it's like a motor that doesn't run out of gas. It never stops. It's fluid. When they're comfortable, they look like the best team. They look like the #1 seed, and that's exactly what they're trying to prove as they go up by 5.
Mercy rule. Can we call a mercy rule here? I feel like I don't see a way Divine Academy's coming back after getting scored on 5 times in a game. They still have half the game left. Give it to them. They have a lot of time. But right now for Divine, it's just about getting 1 goal. You got to slow down this team somehow. You know, 5 goals is not doing it. In fact, they're looking for number 6. Missed there. There's number 6. I don't know if Vector put it in. And Taquito, this might be one of the longest games in Define's career. Literally, we've had so many goals go in.
This is, I mean, we're 3 seconds away from halftime. We haven't even reached halftime, and winning for Dakota is up by 6. What in the, this is Vector's what, 2nd hat trick, right?
Yeah.
They didn't get one in game 2, which is fine. They got it here in game 3, but they just, the control of the field, the control of the pace of the game for the side of winning for Dakota, they have a stranglehold on game number 3, 100%.
Oh, they definitely do. They have Defiant Academy right where they want them, and while Defiant Academy does get offense here, it's been an offense that has just been way too long coming. In fact, so long. In fact, oh, Vector, what a dribble. Just needs one more touch. Vector! Oh, my goodness, Eternal Vector! Oh, my goodness, the offense from this man continues to produce. The aerial air dribble from Vector. That was incredible.
Literally, like, what do we even say here? It's 7-0. Like, I mean, if you guys come back from it, wonderful. Your mentality is Stonewall, but good lord, this is a beatdown. This isn't even like a stomping. This is an absolute beatdown. Make it 8. Make it 8.
Double hat trick for Eternal Vector. He's got 6 goals. He had 5 in game 1. I thought, oh, there's no way he went up himself. He just did it here. 6 goals for Eternal Vector. Boltini Rome has 4 assists. A playmaker award for Boltini Rome. Sure, she hasn't been scoring, but if she's setting up the plays like this, she doesn't have to score. Victor's just going to score whatever is given to him.
I mean, you know what? How was your day, Sporty? Oh. Clearly, we don't need to gas. Like, we don't need to gas this game. How are you doing, man? How was your day?
Honestly, it's been pretty fun, man. I hope it gets a little more exciting than this game is right now, because I'll be very honest. This game is a sleeper if you're a Defiant Academy fan. This is about as one-sided as it can get. 8 goals. We've still got a minute left in this thing. Do we see double digits? Do we see double-digit goals for winning for Dakota? I would not be surprised if they get 10 goals. In fact, Boltini might want to make it 9 here. Dribble, Boltini Rome, 1-on-1 with Flipper. Flick, going up to the back wall. Flipper has a touch, and Vector will jump in. But Slapless will keep it out. Now Divine Academy just trying to get one back, and they will! Flipless down the field. 1 goal back for Divine Academy. Oh, this game may be out of reach. At least they get a little bit of a consolation goal for their efforts.
Vector throwing out the nice shot. Not the insult to injury in the quick chat. But guys, we've decided that we're gonna skip the flight to Brazil. We might get a Barcelona. It depends on if Defiant Academy can actually score one. If not, we will just end the game with a +7 scoreline.
Yeah, that is, well, that's going to be a huge amount of confidence for winning for Dakota. Having that many goals and having this kind of a lead. Eternal Vector wants to add another. Voltini Rome, chance to shoot, blocked by Slep. And Flipper, well, he didn't read that one properly. Still on it is Flipper. That one's on, but it will be kept away. Winning for Dakota. May just be letting this time go out, but they want another in front. A good double attempt from Eternal Vector. Voltini Rome slides it past Flipper Bongo. 9-1, 11 seconds left. Winning for Dakota. Want to add more.
Dude. Do we see the 10th goal in 11 seconds?
Maybe.
Dude.
I mean, I said it was possible. We'll see if it happens here. They'll need a good kickoff. Oh, that's exactly what they get. Voltini Rome won't put that initial shot on, but here comes the Vector. There it is. That's number 10. 10-1. Winning for Dakota. Have reached double digits.
There's 3 hat tricks. There's 3 hat tricks. A double hat trick for Vector and a hat trick for Boltini.
And a playmaker as well.
And a playmaker. Like, this is... I mean...
Don't avert your eyes, children. This is an absolute massacre.
avert your eyes!
This is absolutely a massacre.
Oh my gosh. All right, I mean, the ball is eventually going to touch the ground.
Okay.
I mean, who cares when it does? But obviously, team define. You may need to redefine how you play this series.
Yeah, once Vector kind of doesn't stop. Like we saw in game 1. Once he starts scoring, how do you stop this guy? He's had 1,252 points. He's just dropped a casual 1,000. Just dropped a casual foul on this. 1,000 on this game. I don't know what I'm seeing here. A 2-1 lead. I feel like with that many goals, they should take this whole mini here, Define Academy. This is an absolute decimation from winning for Dakota. Define Academy, I just need to take some time just to kind of reset this game and hope that maybe next game will be just a little bit nicer to them.
I'm praying because, dude, how do we talk about a game like that? How do we like mention a game where you get outscored by 9?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. Define Academy, you just kind of have to ignore the fact that both their losses have been quite one-sided. This one even worse than the first game. And again, they really need to focus on Eternal Vector now, because if he's continuing this kind of offense, I don't know how Define Academy are going to stop him. They have to stop him, though, if they want any chance of taking this series. He's getting a lot of plays. They have to stop him from scoring. When you have 7 goals in a game, you need, and you're playing against another team, that other team has to stop you. There's no other questions.
It's absolutely true. And here we are going to see what happens in this next series. It's only 2-1. We are only in game number 4, Sporty. This is game number 4 of a best of 7.
Yeah, it's been a very long series so far. But it has been Define Academy who've had to kind of deal with the fact that those games have been pretty long. As, again, now game 4. The nice thing about this, though, is that the scoreline has reset. And that means that, well, now there is a chance Define Academy could potentially, make a decent start for themselves here. But Eternal Vector has a dribble past Slap, who has changed his card to the Bumblebee. We've seen how that works as Flipper down the field. In front of the net, there's no one there. What a flick from Flipper! Eternal Vector off of the crossbar and Slapless jump. Voltini Rome has missed the open net. Why did she flip for it? She had time, but again, the pressure may have got her. Oh, but it got the Slapless in front. Taquito, what on earth is happening? Nobody can hit the ball.
Why in the world? I just need to understand. Boltini flipped when she didn't need to. Slep flipped when he didn't need to. And we have kickoff goals. Oh my. Oh my.
Well, that's what seemed crazy about that goal from the Boltini whiff. That came off of an overcommit. That was a bad mistake from Slapless. He committed for something that he had no chance of going for. That play was strange. That second goal was strange. Can we get some normalcy? That's off the crossbar. Slapless. Oh no, Slapless. Oh, he's just done it again. Slapless has missed another one in front of his net. The Skyward Series owner is having a horrible day.
We can't have this much Slapless hate in the cast, man. Like, poor guy is just.
I
getting
understand
the
this pressure,
shine.
but my goodness, I I don't know. Did he eat something wrong today? What's happening to Slepless?
Oh no. Oh no, not the stick to Twitter, Slep. Oh no. They're telling Slep to get off the sticks? Come on now.
Oh dear, and it's only the first minute Takedo as well. They already have 3 goals for Winning for Dakota. Oh, they're trying to recreate that what they did in Game 3, and honestly, with 3 goals already, things aren't looking up for Divine Academy. They really need to get one going. Slepless, shot on, second!
Oh!
Slepless! He's back, baby, and he's better than ever!
We have seen life. Slepless, nice little touch over like underneath the crossbar. Like, oh god, what a slot! Define Academy finally back on the board. With like, look, they got on the board when they were down by 3 this time, not by 7.
Be comebackable for them. They can actually make a comeback out of this, unlike last game. Although they still got to put in a lot of work here because that defense, you even saw Zone Vector got really close to saving that one. The defense of Winning for Dakota is definitely making itself known here, but they've got to be careful because here comes the fine up in the air. Miss from Flipper. Slepless waiting. Flipper jumps for that, and that's going to be an overcommit for Divine Academy. A result in the goal back for Winning for Dakota. Eternal Vector. Dribble. Couldn't get the challenge past 1. A lot of players were just stuck on their own end. Flipper couldn't put it on. And Slepless, that's going to be kept away. And Eternal Vector will dribble this one. Flipper with no burst. Fake from Eternal Vector. Maybe an infield pass attempt. But he just needed to shoot there. He took a little too much time. And Winning for Dakota had their chance to make it 4, but Eternal Vector, a wrong move. He tried to get a little cheeky with that play, and it will counteract what he just tried to do.
We've got the play out of the back wall now. Flipper trying to find something forward. Honestly, the pace of this entire series has truly slowed down ever since Slep scored a goal. But now we've got a shot going the other direction. Flipper just in no way, shape, or form anywhere near where they need to be to defend that. But luckily for them, Boltini wasn't able to line the shot up. Here we go. Back off the back wall. Flipper, opportunity gone by the wayside. Slep now creeping up to see it's out of the corner. Going to be a waterfall. The demo is good, but Slep is literally sending the ball in the opposite direction, allowing for a goal to happen.
Slepless, he scored a great goal earlier. But man, those demons of this game are still haunting him. They're still absolutely tearing apart. He is not helping his team whatsoever here. Slepless, I feel for Slepless. He just needs to take a breath. He needs to take things one step slower. He's just trying to play too fast for his own good. And you can tell that's really making things awkward, especially with the, again, with the fact that his team is already down in the series, just came off a bad loss. Slepless, I think he's just trying to play too fast for himself. And he just needs to slow things down. Maybe take an extra moment or 2 every time he gets to that ball. Because right now, his mistakes are definitely proving to be costly. And Winning for Dakota have a 3-goal lead, in part because of it. But they are going to have to move back here. The offense from Divine has been a lot better this game than it was in the last one. They've been able to get a lot more challenges, but they've been able to not let these aggressive challenges from Winning for Dakota really break them down all too hard. And every touch they make, well, sure, sometimes it's sent back the other way. They're doing well to stop. Eternal Vector, 1-2! It's 5-1, Eternal Vector! He's just like, he's always there. He's always ready to shoot, and he always seems to find a way to get himself on the board.
It's the space. It's absolutely the space. Like they are giving Winning for Dakota too much time on the ball, in my opinion. That's it's really hurting them because they don't seem to attack when they have opportunity to literally cancel out plays that are developing right before their eyes, and they're just not reacting in time to create possible last-second pinch plays at the net. And we're watching Winning for Dakota literally do that. We're watching them create plays for themselves, be in the right positions for their team to score and be in advantageous positions, but it's just almost non-existent on the opposite side.
Yeah, Winning for Dakota, again, with the momentum in their favor, they're really utilizing it here as Divine Academy just trying to get themselves a foothold in this game. They were able to score early again with that Slepless play, but really this game, different than the last game and how the offense worked for Winning for Dakota. They didn't actually play all that aggressively. Instead, they've been waiting for the mistakes. They've been taking advantage of them, and that's still a great valid way to score for them. Why this series might see itself going into Game 5 with one team up 3-1. In fact, I think that's pretty certain now that's going to be what happens, unless something changes. Winning for Dakota have looked like the better team through this series, while the Nerves have definitely been there for these teams. The Nerves have definitely impacted Define Academy more in this game, and that will be match point. In fact, we're going to see one more goal from Boltini Rome. She's missed some open nets earlier, but she won't miss that one. Just some more insult to injury here for Define Academy, winning for Dakota. Just continue their dominant streak. All they need now is one more game win, and they'll be off to the semifinals to play against Striker Valhalla.
I mean, it's gonna take somebody being able to move a mountain here for Divine Academy to actually get a leg up in this series. They cannot. They got one game. Let's give them that. They did get their one game, but outside of that, they cannot keep up with winning for Dakota.
They can't. No way they can't. They just haven't been able to get that one game. I think it was all about nerves. Winning for Dakota have kind of acclimated to that. They've gotten used to the nerves. They've gotten used to the pressure. Boltini played exceptionally this game. I've always had questions about Boltini and how she plays under the pressure, but this game was incredible from her. 4 goals and 6 shots. It just looked one-sided, unstoppable for this team. Unless Team Define Academy kind of fix these kind of plays where they're starting to rush each other. If they start rushing each other so much, I could really see them start to take a couple games back. But they need to prevent themselves from just panicking so often.
If they can actually just, again, play a little bit closer, play a little bit just faster on reaction, I think they at least keep up with winning for Dakota. But right now, the pace of play, the rate they're moving, they are just, it is a one-sided match. Let's be honest.
It is. It has been very one-sided. And for now, at least, we'll see if Game 5 will go the same as the last couple of games have gone here with winning for Dakota, taking them quite a one-sided fashion. But here we go. Game 5, winning for Dakota, and Team Define Academy in the quarterfinals. Winner of this will play Striker Valhalla in the semifinals. And winning for Dakota, all they need is one more game win. Define Academy now have to go to Game 7. The pressure is on, but will they live up to it? So far, they haven't. But the series is not over. For Define Academy. And Flipper in the Merc. Oh, save from Boltini Rome. Already a great start for Define Academy on the shooting.
In the Merc, bro? We're really pulling out the Merc in Game 5. You know what? It's the Super Merc. That's what it is. This is the Super Merc. This is what gets Flipper in the headspace that they need to be in. What a pass. Nowhere to be found is the teammate, unfortunately. Going back the opposite direction. Nice touch to the ceiling. Can Flipper get a little possession? They do get a touch. Can't follow it through. Those slept, waiting patiently. Back at the backside there. Trying to push us forward, but Flipper is just chasing a demo rather than getting in a position.
I don't blame him for doing that. It was a 2v1 play. He just didn't get the demo. That's going to make things tough as Flipper missed there. Boltini Rome towards the net. Slepless. Oh, he just got off Flipper here. Shot from Eternal Vector. Slepless gets there in time, but he used a lot of boost to do so. And that will be cleared away for some time here as Boltini Rome challenged by Flipper. But every challenge from winning for Dakota has definitely been thought through. They've definitely been trying to take their time here as Slepless doesn't have it. Vector. Oh, Flipper! Oh, he missed there! Vector! Infield! Boltini Rome didn't go for it. That pass was too strong. And winning for Dakota will want another opportunity. Here it is. Boltini. That will go in. Divine Academy stopped in the midfield. They gave up on the play. And they are going to find that that is a mistake that will cost them here because they could have come back to defend that. They didn't. They gave up. And it's winning for Dakota who lead by 1.
I just... What do you do, man? Y'all are making... It's like these subtle mistakes. You're making these very subtle, like same mistakes, might I add. Not committing when you should be on offense. Not like... Just spreading out so far on defense, not getting the touches you need. It just, you know, you've got to, like, one of those things of, like, you need to calm with your teammate and you guys need to, like, play better. No, I just play better. Play better. I don't know what else to say. Like,
right now,
I'm not trying to be mean to the homies, but...
Well, I mean, they did well to get to this point. Unfortunately, they are going up against the number 1 seed, and like we can see that, yes, there is a reason why the first seed and the 8th seed are where they are. But Define Academy, they need to make a comeback here. They need to really prove that they have that aggression they had from Game 2. Flipper off the sidewall. Maybe a shot on from Flipper. Boltini Rome will take it. No panic there from Boltini. Saved away. Now off the back wall. Boltini ran out of boost, but will clear it away. Flipper's got it. trying to transition around the corners here is Defiant Academy, but that pressure is it's got its limit, and that limit is here with Boltini Rome continuing the challenge, continuing to play. Flipper, midfield tunnel, Vector shoots. Flipper's got the block, but Defiant Academy are definitely on their toes here because here comes winning for Dakota. Boltini Rome off the back wall. Flipper has that one as well, but just the pressure here from winning for Dakota is starting to become very overwhelming.
One touch. Slep can get there, but decides to cut off the pass a little early. Boltini with possession. Opportunity to shoot. Gets cut off by Slep. So now they're alive. They're awake. They are reacting out to the mid. Where is Slep? Too far away to follow that one up. Another pass off the back wall possibly coming here. But it will go by the wayside. The double commit right there. All-in offense from Defiant Academy. Not netting them the positive results they're looking for. And again, it's the same result downfield every time. They push downfield as far as they possibly can, and it gets turned away almost instantaneous.
Paternal Vector winning for Dakota. It just feels like they're in free play at this point here. They are not feeling all that much pressure and all. I do think this series has kind of been a warm-up series for both these teams. Winning for Dakota have definitely proven that their baseline's a lot better than Defiant Academy's, even under the threat of the quarterfinals. As Flipper trying to go down the field, he's got that one past Boltini! Flipper by himself, one goal back for Defiant Academy, and only 2 goals have been scored for winning for Dakota. And a comeback is still well and truly possible.
1 minute and 27 seconds. You have less than 90 seconds left in this game to decide whether or not we're going to see Neo Tokyo and a Game 6, or if you are unfortunately out of the playoffs. Can Defiant Academy do it right here? Do they have it in them?
The midfield, they've actually proven very well this game that they've been able to hold that midfield. I see the midfield being a real issue here for winning for Dakota to break through whenever a Defiant Academy get it. But now the time tucking down to 1 minute, Slepless. Oh, got Eternal Vector to jump in there. Aggressive still from winning for Dakota. That aggression needs to be very careful. They don't want to overcommit. They don't want to play. They leave their team in a 1v1. Eternal Vector off the corner. Slepless waiting in the midfield. Vector. Ooh, cut off by Flipper. He'll be sent away. Boltini Rome has a dribble control. Challenged by Slepless. Again, the pressure being added here. It's compounding here against winning for Dakota. Not a lot of time left here, though, for Defiant Academy. Now it's heading towards 30 seconds. Flipper in front. That touch will be kept away by Boltini Rome. Half a minute here for Defiant Academy. Bump from Flipper. He's got to be careful. Vector's going to bump him out. And now, wait a second, they overcommit. Vector's going to put the shot on. Flipper's got the block. And Defiant Academy stay alive for now. Flipper, dribble, flick, challenged by Boltini. 13, counting down here, waiting for Dakota. Just want it to end, 10 seconds, counting even more. Their chances are few and far between. Vector will try to keep it in the offensive half. Here he goes, shot from Vector, in the net from Vector. Waiting for Dakota, are moving to the semifinals.
There's no, oh no. Oh no. No shot. Did Flipper really?
Flipper left, and this series is well and truly over.
Yeah, it's over. Well, guys, that is the game. That was 4-1. We've got waiting for Dakota taking down Defiant Academy. And I mean, what do we say? Like, what do we say here? Do we say that it's kind of obvious that waiting for Dakota was going to take that, or do we say that it was? I mean, it was hard fought. Like, what do we give the credit to?
Admittedly, Defiant, while they look really nervous when the times when they didn't make those mechanical mistakes, they did really well at holding the midfield. Seriously, they were able to keep winning for Dakota back on defense a decent amount on this series. Unfortunately for them, they just made way too many nervous mistakes. And winning for Dakota were so good at dribbling, so good at using that space that was given to them. It was a no-brainer they were going to take the series after that third or fourth game. It really just winning for Dakota have looked like the better team. I will say though, they have looked nervous, and against Striker Valhalla, they're going to need to make sure they check those nerves because I see a very nervous winning for Dakota team. I don't know how Striker Valhalla is going to play today, but it could be an interesting second series in the semifinals.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you, Sporty. Now the chat's going to get on me here for saying something like it was hard fought. You guys leave me alone. All right. I'm trying to be as nice as I possibly can here. It was a match of all time. Let's be honest. It was one of the matches of Rocket League of all time. That's exactly what we just watched. But we need to send it back over to the desk, guys. I think are we just hanging out here for a little bit?
I think we're going to a quick break. But again, it was what a series it was, Taquito. But again, yeah, as you said, we're going to go to a break. We'll be back to this very soon, and we'll get our semifinals match up in just a few minutes. It will be Winning for Dakota versus Striker Valhalla.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the desk. Crouton, you got anything to say about that
A
matchup?
little bit of a jump scare there. I wasn't quite ready, but hello, everybody. I will tell you, I've got some news from the other side of the bracket, as it were. Bit of a message situation, but the cut dry of it is Swordfish Moist are moving on. They'll be moving on to play in the next match there. But on this side of the bracket, we have got another match to look at. Of course, Winning for Dakota had a pretty substantial win there. Nate, I know you had some pretty high hopes for Winning for Dakota. Did they live up to your expectations, or maybe did they at least get close?
Well, let me tell you, I want to call out Drew saying it was going to be a 0 second, or not 0 second, sorry, a 0 goal sweep for Define. It only took 7 seconds for Winning for Dakota to score a goal. I mean, holy smokes. What a series. You start off 6-1, and, Define come out 1-4. But that 10-1, I think that was the nail in the coffin. You get 10-1, it's pretty over, I'm not going to lie. So, Drew, how do you feel about Define not getting swept, but not sweeping either?
You know, I'm pretty disappointed in Slepless. He obviously losing the game. It's not what I wanted to see, but I gotta hand it to Winning for Dakota. They obviously played very well today, and hope to see them do well in the semifinals match.
Oh, very very well spoken for the loser on the desk, Drew. All jokes aside, though, it was as expected of Winning for Dakota. I would say, again, having seen them all season long, just kind of taking names everywhere they go. I don't think they really came up against a monstrous roadblock until they had their one loss on the season. But it is as expected so far. They've started out about right, I would say, for Boltini and Vector. They are going up against Striker Valhalla next, and I'll get you guys' opinion on this. But I have an opinion that might surprise you, Nate. I'm officially jumping off the Winning for Dakota bandwagon, and I have a reason. Not because I think it's statistically accurate, but listen, Striker Valhalla beat Nobu's Chargers, and I have mentioned it already that Nobu's Chargers were they're my boys. I thought they were going the whole way. But listen, if you want me to be serious, Yeti on that team, absolute monster. The whole team is crazy. Jay Ferg, Yeti, Ambrosius, they're wild. And I do think for the first time in a long time in the series, Winning for Dakota is going to be up against a pretty evenly matched opponent. Nate, I'll ask you. I have a feeling I know where your heart lies on this one, but Nate, what are you thinking? Winning for Dakota, Striker Valhalla, how's it going to go?
Statistically, they did play in the regular season. I'm looking at the stats now, and Valhalla beat them, I believe. Oh no, they lost. Did they? They did lose. So Winning for Dakota won the head-to-head 3-1. And I think you're wrong. I think Winning for Dakota is actually going to beat them. I'm going to go 4-2 in the series.
Wow.
Just because, I mean, that Define's just a warm-up, right? I mean, I hate to say it, Define, you did great, but I'm here to speak the facts. You guys did great. I love you. I love everybody. But that was just a warm-up for Winning for Dakota. I think they're going to take the series 4-2. Drew, do you have anything to say about that? Drew?
So I'm here. So you kind of just read my mind. I'm gonna hop on the Winning for Dakota bandwagon. All right. And I'm gonna agree with you on pretty much everything. I'm gonna say that they're gonna win 4-2 in this series.
Now that's not due to the fact that you made the 0 goal sweep prediction and you don't want to be wrong again, right?
No. I was thinking about it before you said it.
He's
So,
Okay,
he's
okay,
coming over to
okay,
the
okay.
correct side of
Copying me.
things, I think.
I will say though that last game was crazy. The second game, or no, the first game rather, they had 3 goals at 3 minutes and 33 seconds, and Eternal Vector had 877 score in the first game and 1,252 points in the 10-1 there. That was a good showing by him. If I had to pick an MVP for that first series there, I think Eternal Vector. If you had to pick Crouton, who would you pick for the MVP of the first series there?
I mean, I hate to be a parrot, but yeah, Vector all season long. Again, I mentioned I've been watching quite a few of the Winning for Dakota matches with Sporty getting the other ones that I didn't cast. So kind of double trouble there on in terms of where they've been showing all season. But yeah, Boltini I think got the overall season MVP, which is well deserved. But so far, so good for Vector. I think that the captain is really showing up, and rightfully so. It's the finals. If you're going to show up at any point, it would be now. And also, don't forget Mashed Potatoes, the sub, in case anything goes wrong. Hopefully not, but they do have a monstrous sub in waiting in the wings in case anything goes wrong. It's just a hard team to beat, no matter what combination of the 3 are up against. I will say though, Striker Valhalla, that is my pick for this one, as I mentioned. Maybe a little bit contentious among my 2 co-hosts here, who I'm now the odd one out. Drew, I know how you feel. It's kind of sucks on this side of the fence, but listen. Also, I said it once, I'll say it again. Yeti is the one. Yeti is that guy.
What do you think the final scoreline would be for that series that's upcoming on mainstream?
I mean, 4-0.
4-0.
Valhalla
My
takes
goodness.
it. Yeti's gonna absolutely snap out. It's gonna be another one of these because you guys weren't there. I like to use this joke a lot, but the 2 of you were not there when what I saw Yeti do 2 no boost Chargers. It was brutal. And again, no boost Chargers is a pretty good team. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But Yeti just decided halfway through the series that he was the greatest Rocket League player of all time and trashed the whole lobby, including his teammates. It was brutal. And if you guys would have seen that, I think you'd be on this side of the fence with me. Let me tell you. But I will. I do want to kind of, Drew. You've been a little quiet on this one. I want to know. Do you have a player to watch for this one? We've got Boltini, we got Vector, we've got Yeti and Brocious and J-Ferg as well. Who are you thinking, Drew?
Yeah, I'm just a little distraught after Team Defiant's loss, but I'm gonna have to agree with both of you here and say that I haven't really seen Valhalla play, like, I don't think ever. So I don't really know what to expect from them coming into this game. So I'm gonna say Vector and Boltini are the 2 players to look out for. Malsha maybe, if they're here today. But
Wait,
yeah,
I asked you for a player to watch, and you said watch the entire Winning for Dakota team.
yes, I did. I did say that.
All right, then. Well,
I mean, there's a good reason.
absolutely, Nate. Anything you want to say here? I did. I missed something a little earlier.
What were you missing from earlier?
A little something in my a little something in my ear that I didn't quite hear in case someone else heard it for me.
Oh no, I also did not hear that.
I wish.
All right. We're gonna go to BRB here shortly, but before we do, Season 3 is upon us. Do ! Discord. Join the Discord. More information of Season 3 is in there. And that's pretty much all I have to say for that one. Crouton, anything else before we head on out of here?
No, we will see you guys very soon for the next match. Enjoy your time away.